So this is the first screen in the app, the My Work screen. Very top are all of the incidents that are currently assigned to you. Like the top 15 items that you have. If you have more than that, you can click See All. It'll also show you any of your currently resolved incidents. I don't have any. And anything that has been requested or opened by a VIP, in case you want to hop on those. Down below, any incidents at risk to fail their SLAs. I don't have any resolved incidents, but I also don't have any that are failing. I do have a couple breached, though. So these are SLAs that have breached, things I shouldn't hop on. Any change tasks, so any change requests I have open or other groups or team members have open but have a change task assigned to me show up here as well. Any catalog tasks from requests that are opened for you to be working on. And then for people that have to approve things for their team or managers, all of your approvals show up right here. Anything that hasn't been approved by you, and then anything you have completed. And then here we have upcoming shifts for on-call. The ServiceNow team doesn't have an on-call schedule, so nothing shows up for me, unfortunately. But we can go and see who's on call for each one of the groups that do have on-call. Check it, click Submit, and it tells you who's on call if you need to get in contact with somebody. So here, you can just search for incidents, change tasks, change requests, and SC tasks. So yeah, you can just search for anything here. Let me find
anything that's task related.
All right, so this pulled up the actual change request that is in the UCI instance, and it also looks like it pulled up the San Diego change request number as well. And then way up here next to your picture, you can hit that plus sign and get onto creating an incident.
A few notes on that page is we can't run any scripts on that page. So comparing this with like the desktop view, certain fields will auto-populate, right? When you fill out the caller, the phone number and location auto-populate. When you select the category, the assignment group populates. That does not happen on this page because we can't run scripts on it. So you're gonna have to go through each one, enter each one manually.
And you cannot create P1s from the mobile app.
Oh yeah.
Correct.
Any way of being able to show our bookmarks?
Your favorites from the main system? No.
Yes.
Nope, sadly no. You are able to create new favorites here in the filters. And then once you create and apply your filter, hey, come on. Why is this section of my screen not working?
You could just save that record or.
But yeah, so whatever's in the, these are two vastly different systems, unfortunately, versus the old classic app, which was tied into the main system a little better, but not as all encompassing, unfortunately. All right, next tab, the My Team tab. It can show you all of the things that your team are doing. So again, ServiceNow team 0 incident risk, the two breach incidents that are mine, and apparently we have an overdue change. You can see unassigned incidents assigned to your team, and then view your on-call schedule, as well as kind of get an idea of how many tickets get opened against your team in a week, a year, with a little graph at the bottom. You have the search at the very top. Move on to the incidents page. At the top, we have, again, the incidents that are assigned to you, incidents assigned to your group, and then down at the bottom, all incidents in the system for the past 6 months. And this is where you would come if you wanted to make some of those favorites that you have in the current system on the mobile app. You'd come in here, since it now has everything in the last 6 months, you can come into the filter and create your filter, apply it, and then hit this bookmark to then save that. Oh, we also have active priority 1 tickets here.
The bookmark ribbon?
Correct. That guy. Name it, save it, and then it'll show up in your saved items. So these are your bookmarks. Unfortunately, they only work with the items we've added to the mobile app.
I mean, you don't have to do it, just show it so that,
I don't know if it pops up if you don't. So
yeah, we can see it.
when you're in a list view, you can slide to essentially assign it to me, assign it to someone else in your group, or add a comment to it. Whoops. That's good to know.
And so on each of the screens for the records, you're not going to see necessarily every field that you would see on the desktop. We put in all of the required fields plus some of the other core fields that drive assignments, and then a few other fields as well. If we were to add every field, it would be way too much. And then so that's under details. You get the activity log here, so you can see what the historical, what's going on with it. You can add notes, and then related lists as well. And then additional actions on the record as well. You can hit the top right icon with 3 dots. You can add your time worked for some of the field text. I know Corey has you guys doing that. Reassign it. And then there's also acknowledged as well. So if the incident's not acknowledged, that's where you would do it.
That's good to know. Okay.
You can't acknowledge it here anymore.
Also, we're going to go over the notifications, but when you get a push notification for an incident, you can acknowledge it within the push notification itself, right? If you have got like an iPhone, you push it in and you get additional options sometimes. So that'll be one option as well. So you can instantly acknowledge something when you get it. And so you'll see different options within the additional actions, as well as at the bottom of the record right there, you see add comments or you can resolve it. You'll see different options depending on the type of record, whether it be an incident, a change, SC task. Also dependent upon the state that the record is in and how you got to it. So like if it's closed, you're obviously not going to see the acknowledge option, right? Because it's closed, things like that, right? Or if it's already been acknowledged, you're not going to see the option appear, right? So that's why we kind of put the flag or the indicator for acknowledged at the top of each card, so you can quickly see, is it acknowledged or not? Oh, the last thing I would say for each of these little segments you see, and you'll see this throughout the app, how we have them grouped like this, my grouped incidents, my incidents, all other, click the see all, because the cards that you see on that initial screen isn't necessarily the full list, right? So if you feel like something's not showing up, make sure to click see all and then go into this screen here.
Are there any edit options, like to change anything, either the responses or the list or the way they're listed or anything, or they're pretty much all just set?
Once you're in a list view, if you go to the filter,
you can go into the list like that says the last 6 months, create a filter from there if you've got something specific, save that or bookmark it, and then reference that in your bookmarks or saved items in here for anything that's more specific to how you work on a list.
So just to verification, so all other incidents, it's all existing incidents in our environment, or is it limited in any way?
Yes, it's limited to last 6 months.
Okay.
And then there's another tab on there that says active priority 1. We might throw in another tab for RCAs. So I would recommend making a custom filter here, because this is pulling in everything, at least from the last 6 months. And again, the purpose of this app is not to give you a replacement of the desktop app. It's to allow folks on the go to do their jobs on the go, right? Quick actions, things like that. It's not to necessarily run reports and
it's a crutch for when you're away from your computer.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, I think you can move on to the next tab.
Changes. Very similar to the incident screen, except it's all change stuff. At the top, we have emergency and high risk changes. So you can see anything that's an R2 or an emergency change, or even an R1 after this loads.
Yeah, and if you see that screen where it says the access stuff, it's just loading. So just give it a second.
Down below, you have your change requests. So anything that's assigned to you down below, my group's change requests, and then the same as the incidents, we have all change requests. But down here we have UCI, and then since we're partnered with UCSD and they share change with us, there's a list of UCSD changes if you need to review them.
Well, for those lists, is it also 6 months for the all?
Correct.
Okay.
It's only the last 6 months of changes. For the change requests, since we're partnered with UCSD and there's a lot of back and forth communications between both of our instances, changes cannot be edited in mobile. You can only review them. Can't open a new change, can't close it. About the only thing that can be done in here is your manager can come in and approve a change for you if they haven't approved it from the desktop application. Any questions about the change stuff?
And I believe you can request approval also if needed.
Yeah, there we go. So you just tap request approval. And now it's Melissa's problem. Let's move on to more, which contains everything else that does not fit on that bottom row. We have requests, more on-call scheduling, which mirrors what's on the My Work screen, your save stuff, and then settings. Again, same setup as incident and change. Your stuff at the top, your group stuff in the middle. Down at the bottom, though, if you wanted to, you can browse our service catalog from the portal and order any of the catalog items that we have set up there. I don't suspect many people will use this, but it's here if you want it. Maybe just fill it out like you were filling it out on the normal application. Anything super special in here, Patrick?
No, not really. Just kind of the same thing. Similar types of lists, right? It's grouped into stuff assigned to you, stuff assigned to your group or groups, and then segmented out by state. Is it assigned, unassigned, closed, or is it a VIP that the request is for or from?
And then notifications, the thing that everybody wants to see, and I have 14 of. So for any incoming tickets to you or your group, we've created notifications that say an incident's been assigned to you, it's been assigned to your group. Same for approvals and requests and SC tasks. If you just tap on it, it brings you into here. And then the thing I think you really want to see is, so from here, you are able to tap and hold on these and they come up with that context menu based on what's available to you. I believe only incident and SC tasks you can assign to yourself. Again, changes you can't modify at all in the mobile app. And then if you don't want to assign it to yourself, you just tap on it, it opens the application, it brings you directly to whatever record that push notification was for.
Hey,
So,
Will,
yep.
I would assume notifications should also work with Android devices.
They should work the exact same way. I don't have an Android to find out.
They
Melissa?
do.
Okay,
do.
perfect.
Okay.
So yeah, if you clear that notification in your push notifications or your home screen on your phone, they do stay here until you come in and delete them or clear the entire list. So
does it clear as far as the, so I'm guessing blue is because you haven't touched it yet. So if you
blue
were to clear,
means I have not read it. It stays there after I go into it anyway.
Okay.